Friends, out of the quagmire of this pandemic, a spark came in the form of a phone call from Derek Kassoff of CCAE informing me that I'm the recipient of this year's Friend of Education Award. What a great honor and such a big surprise. Of course, none of this would have happened without my nomination by U of T President Meric Gertler. Thank you so much for your faith in me, Meric. Much thanks to Marts & Lundy Canada, their President and CEO Phil Hills, and Board Chairman Douglas Stewart, who sponsored this award. I couldn't believe the accolades from so many esteemed individuals from academic institutions across Canada. Besides Meric Gertler is York University President Rhonda Lenton, Mark Weinstein from McGill, Nicole Dorses from Simon Fraser University, Dean Hughes from Seneca College. I'm overwhelmed by the support of many outstanding academics at U of T, Vice President International Joseph Wong, Chief Librarian Larry Alford, Dean of Arts and Science Melanie Wooden, Director of Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy Peter Lurven, and Principal of University College Marcus Stock. The pursuit of education is part of Chinese culture. Intelligent boys from poor families were, more often than not, offered a good classical education in affluent households, being schooled with the children of those families. Since there is no aristocracy in China, one could always attain social class through education. Being a friend of education is an understatement in my life. I grew up in a family that values education above all else. Despite the traditional culture of favoring boys to be educated, in 1915, my grandfather was the major donor besides the colonial government in the establishment of a girls' school in Hong Kong. After World War II, it became a co-educational school where I attended. Today, it remains one of the top schools with the highest academic standing in Hong Kong. Throughout his life, my father was very enthusiastic in supporting students in academic institutions as well as in technical schools. He was always encouraging and supporting young people to learn to better themselves. This was very much a part of our daily lives, like taking vitamins and cod liver oil. I strongly believe that the only equalizer in society is education, and our youth is the future of Canada. As a Canadian, I want to see Canada as a leader in today's globalized world, so I support broadness in education to enable understanding of different cultures of the human race. Personally, I continue learning every day. The sponsor of this award by Marts & Lundy Canada shows the importance of education in Canadian society. I'm truly humbled by Meric's nomination, as well as all those who believe in me. This Friend of Education Award is not just a recognition of the past, it also marks my continuous pursuit in support of education. Thank you very much again for this great honor.
Hello, my name is Meric Gertler, and I have the honor of serving as president of the University of Toronto. On behalf of the U of T community, I am delighted to congratulate the Honorable Vivienne Poy on receiving the Friend of Education Award from the Canadian Council for the Advancement of Education. Dr. Poy is indeed a tremendous champion of higher education. And U of T, which has benefited so much from her dedication, is proud to have nominated her for this prestigious honor. As one of our key volunteer leaders, she has provided advice, support, and friendship to the university over many years. This includes her wonderful service as our chancellor and as a member of our governing council. And it extends through her remarkable legacy in promoting learning and discovery, with a particular focus on the Chinese diaspora and the history of immigration from Asia. Highlights include the creation of a library and an archive devoted to the study of Hong Kong and the contributions of Chinese Canadians. Named in honor of Dr. Poy's father, Richard Charles Lee, these facilities are an invaluable addition to the U of T libraries. Dr. Poy was also the driving force behind the launch of the Asian Canadian Studies program, as well as the Richard Charles Lee Chair in Chinese Canadian Studies, both at U of T's University College. In addition, she's played a leading role in the creation and ongoing success of the Asian Institute at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy. This includes the establishment of a Directors Fund, which enables the Institute to attract outstanding academic leaders. Beyond the University of Toronto, Dr. Poy has worked to advance other educational institutions across the country. And of course, this is in addition to her service and influence as a Canadian senator, a successful designer and entrepreneur, and an accomplished scholar in her own right. I'd like to thank the CCAE for hosting the Friend of Education Award. I would also like to thank Marts and Lundy Canada, formerly known as Offord Group, and especially its president and CEO, Phil Hills, and board chairman, Douglas Stewart. On behalf of the University of Toronto, as well as our nominating partners, let me say once again to Dr. Poy, congratulations on receiving this richly deserved honor.